Forza Creators Guild.
Forza Creators Guild.
Welcome to FDE, Forza Drift Events, Season 4, Round 4 at Road Atlanta. I am Shunzi, and we are ready to begin our day of qualifying runs. We have our judges ready to go and our drivers already waiting at the line. Once again, welcome in. Thank you for joining us on youtube.com/Forza Drift Events and here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shunzi. We do have a couple of points to make before we do get started. Of course, we're going to take a look at the keys to victory, but before we do that, let's go over to the track showcase. Road Atlanta being a very popular track for this interesting entry, this decel zone entry into inside clip 1. A lot of problems personally that I've driven on this track through that zone. It's a very difficult zone to get right. And then into inner clip 2. After inner clip 2, we have outside zone 1. Outside zone 1 is a flat and straight and very long zone there. So gonna see maybe some e-braking, maybe some clever moves through that zone, and of course into this keyhole inner clip 3 before transitioning back to the left hand side and going for the last two inner clips. This is the inside clip 4 and of course the last clip, inside clip 5, and hopefully a strong power through to the left hand side of the track, trying to touch those rumble packs before the end of the zone. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at this once again. Of course, we have our 3, 2, 1 cones. The judging line begins right here. This is where you're going to want to be sideways already. You're going to want to be sideways. You're going to want to be able to manage your speed while sideways so you can hit that inner clip 2 with full coverage. And of course, managing speed is going to be difficult for this track simply because of the terrain changes. There's, it might be a little bit difficult to tell, but some different elevation changes throughout this entire track that make it a little interesting to manage your speed, even when you're running solo qualifiers. So again, through inner clip 3, lots of inner clips here. And the final inside clip number 5 through to the end. Let's go ahead and see how the judges put into words what they're going to be expecting here in round 4 at Road Atlanta. Excuse me. Looks like we're looking for a smooth and high angle for the initiation. Again, lots of speed into that 3, 2, 1 zone. You're going to want to start that judge section already sideways, and you're going to be carrying a lot of speed and momentum. So I foresee a couple of drivers potentially having trouble with that, not being able to get the traction that they need to pull the car into that inner clip 1. So look out for that. It's definitely going to be a challenging area. After inner clip 1, immediately transitioning into inner clip 2 into what I think is the more difficult part of the track, which is filling OZ1 as wide and as deep as possible, trying to get full coverage of that without cutting the entry and without cutting the exit. That's going to be challenging. A wide line out of OZ1. It is kind of a tight right-hander into OZ2 and inner clip 2 or 3, I believe. So of course, pushing that inner line tight into inner clip 3 and then a transition back to the left hand side for the last 2 inner clips and 4 and 5. Of course, trying your best to hold as much angle as you can throughout the entire course. All right. Great to see everyone here on Twitch. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, Benny, Zinks. We got Bubba Lags over on YouTube. That one guy, Epic Name, Musical Gamer, Jordan Foe, Colonel Crunchy. Great to see you guys. Thank you guys for coming out and checking out some FDE action. We got Boom Shaka and Theo Noodle. Dead to You. Great to see you, Dead to You. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. We're going to go ahead and get started right now with the Road Atlanta qualifying action. Let me go ahead and make sure that I have clear word from our judges that we can begin. I believe this is going to be Bence on the line. All right, I do have word from the judges that we are set to begin. So here we go, our first qualifying run of the day. It does look like it indeed is Bence in the M3. Let's get it. All right, so again, this initial inner clip 1 is going to be difficult. Ooh, that's a wide hit out of the 3-2-1 cones. A little bit struggling here. Lots of speed, lots of grip, but not enough angle with this build. It looks like the driver might be having trouble with the build, or perhaps just not warm just yet. A little bit of a struggle to keep angle throughout the entire course, but it looks like that's going to be their run. We'll see if that's a DNF from the judges. We'll take a look. I believe this is the correct. That's going to be a DNF. So I think Bence is going to get another shot at that after the rest of the convoy goes through. Hopefully able to tighten up those angles and that initiation through the first inner clip zone. That was actually Bubba, not Bence. I believe Bence unfortunately had lagged out of the lobby perhaps, but yeah, it looks like oh no, that was Bence. This is now Bubba. Apologies. Let's go back to the gameplay. I believe this is Bubba in the Corvette. It is indeed Bubba in the Corvette. Here we go, Bubba. Show us what you have on a Road Atlanta. Let's see if we can get our first score here. A nice wide initiation. Out wide, but bringing it back in to the inner clip 1 and inner clip 2. Full coverage of outer zone 2. Outer zone 1, excuse me, and outer zone 2. Full coverage. Inner clip 3 hit beautifully. Inner clip 4 and inner clip 5 looking like more perfect sideways coverage. Well done. You see drivers definitely trying to like get a wide initiation into the initiation zone, right? You definitely have a lot of space on this track. A lot of space to flick it out wide and try to get as much angle as you can. Looks like for a line, we have 31 from Judge 1. Judge 2 is at a 28 for angle. And it looks like Bubba is going to get a Judge 3 style score of 26 for a total of 85. A solid score to start out the day here at Road Atlanta. Looking good, Bubba. All right. Over to Lursky and another Corvette. Here we go, Lursky. Looks like we were representing CCX Crew, the Casual Crewx. Coming in again, high speed, not as much of a wide flick, but still managing control of the car to pull it into these first couple of inner clips. Outer zone 1 completely covered. Outer zone 2, a lot of the same. Looking practiced, looking like they're in form here. A little bit of a late pull into that inner clip 4, but nonetheless, a fantastic, well-rounded drift. Definitely looking strong. You can definitely see the comfortability there from Lursky and Bubba previously. looking like they've put the time in on the track and into their tunes to show all of their skills here in round 4. Lurski with a 28 for line. Good to see you, Jay. Good to see you guys in the chat here. Good to see you, Digital. We have a Judge 1 score of 28 for Lurski currently. This is our 3rd run of the day so far here at Road Atlanta. Looking forward to putting up our 2nd score. First score of the day was actually, unfortunately, a DNF, so not really a score, but the first actual score is a 85. Pretty strong so far, and Lurski, I think the judges are deliberating on what that angle looked like. Of course, YouTube providing us with the instant replay ability. So judges are able to look back immediately and take another look at what that run should score. Good to see you, Marvin. Looks like we have a total score of 82. That is a 28, 28, and a 26 for a total score of 82. Lurski putting himself comfortably into the 80s. Well done. All right. I think this is another Corvette. Let's go ahead and take a look. It indeed is another Corvette. This is TG. Burning rubber at the starting line, getting excited to get down the runway and into inner clip 1. Let's see how they manage this. That is a lot of angle. Can he make it back for the transition? He cannot. That deep initiation angle, unfortunately spelling disaster for inner clip 1, or excuse me, inner clip 2. Unable to make that transition back. But the rest of the track looking pretty decent. Perhaps a little bit of score left on the table for that initiation transition from inner clip 1 to inner clip 2, and outer zone 1 not met with as much angle as they might have wanted. That looks like it's unfortunately going to be a DNF. A couple of tire drops here and there, and it just is not a followable line. Again, you have to put up a line that could be followed by another competitor. So unfortunately, a DNF from SDTG. It's going to be Bence and TG back on the line later to redo their DNF scores. But right now, we go back to Road Atlanta, and we're going to take a look at who is up next. It looks like it is Solo Lessie, a fan favorite, a personal driver that I love to watch drive. Very smooth, and I've already seen some clips in the FDE Discord. This is probably going to be a heater. Let's see if we can get Solo Lessie into the 90s. All right, let me try to keep the camera car close into this high-speed initiation zone, looking calm and smooth. Great coverage, a little bit of a tire dip, a little bit too much grip there into the inner clip 1, but outer zone 1 and outer zone 2 looking beautiful. Love to see the full coverage of outer zone 1. Definitely some of these drivers are making it look like it's super easy, but it is absolutely not easy to get that much angle through that long, flat outer zone 1 area. A fantastic score from Solo Lessie. I'm expecting a high 80s, if not low 90s there. Always bringing their A game. A lot of Corvettes this time. A lot of Corvettes. Maybe it's, I don't know, it's in the air. Yeah, drivers are definitely dipping a couple of tires onto the dirt here and there, and that's going to be the difference between those 90s scoring runs and then the high 80s, right? You got to be able to not overshoot the inner clip 1 or inner clip 2. There's a lot of opportunity to do so. Solo Lessie coming out with a 81 total. Definitely looking forward to more runs from Solo Lessie tomorrow, as long as he makes it through to the top 32. With a number of drivers and the strength of field, we'll see how that 81 score fares in the 32-player bracket later on. But the action will continue. It is now Theo Draken representing Vibe Check Car Club. An incredible look. Oh, not ready yet. Okay. Oh, okay. Took 4 horns. He likes 4 horns, not 3 horns. No problem. Going through the 3-2-1 cones here. Nice and sideways through the... Oh, that's a little bit of speed wobble there. I think that's going to be an immediate DNF. Maybe some equipment malfunction there, but it looks like it got a little bit of speed wobble. Got away from him a little bit there, but that's okay. We'll head back over to the qualifier scoring. I believe that's going to be a DNF, and then we'll move on to the next driver. Theo Draken. Definitely looking forward to that next run. A little bit, maybe it's just nerves. I got to be honest with you. If you're nervous on the first run and that makes you DNF, I don't see it getting better on the second run, because you have 2 runs. Okay, we have Trash Uborka on the line. Let's see if we can get this camera car back up to the line in no time. But yeah, these runs, you only get 2. You get a DNF and you get a retry. But if that retry goes south, you're done. No score. So a little bit of nerves on the first run might continue into that second run. However, on the line, we have Trash Uborka ready to set their score. Let's keep it nice and close to these high-speed drivers into the initiation. Good initiation, not as much angle as he might have liked, but keeping control of the car. This is something that I've repeated over and over throughout the entire season. Drivers who are able to make a little mistake and recover from that mistake, it's definitely a show of skill, right? Once you make that mistake, being able to recover from it is definitely a skill. So maintaining control of the car throughout the entire course, perhaps struggling a little bit with angle, but obviously familiar with the line. And I gotta be honest with you, a lot of style too. I like seeing the drivers make those corrections and put their best forward, even with a little bit of a snafu there early on. But you can absolutely put up a solid score even with those corrections. Yeah, putting up a score that has absolutely no blemishes is next to impossible. I believe in round 2 and round 3, we had a total score of 97, which was basically as close to perfect as you can get. Of course, each of these scores on your screen for line, angle, and style are all out of 33 total points. So a driver theoretically could score a 99. And we haven't seen a 99 this season, but we have seen a 97, and again, 2 points. Might as well be perfect there. Definitely a lot of pressure. Definitely a lot of pressure just to put up a decent score. This is a difficult track. Again, the elevation changes and the size and the flatness. Again, the flatness. It's not on a circle, right? We're not looking at a radius when we're going through Outer Zone 1. Outer Zone 1 is completely flat into Outer Zone 2. And I haven't seen much e-braking, but drivers are just able to manage their grip with the throttle and brake, which is a whole other ballgame. If I were driving, I'd probably be looking to use my e-brake a little bit to slide through there, but that's why I'm in the commentator's seat and not in the driver's seat. Anyways, a total of 81 for Trash Uborka, 28, 26, and a 27. Looking good. All right, we're back with Prince on the line. Clean looking livery as well. All right, here we go. Let's see what Prince can do in this BMW. Ooh, that's a lot of angle and decent coverage of inner clip 1. Little bit of a struggle into inner clip 2, but nonetheless making it all the way through outer zone 1, outer zone 2, inner clip 3. There was a little bit of grass on those tires in outer zone 1, if I may add. It's a little bit late to say that, but from an otherwise solid looking run, we're definitely looking to critique. I mean, we gotta point out the strong points and the weak points here. But still a solid run from Prince. Looks like we have a line score of 26. Again, these tire drops, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a competitor waiting for your spot, waiting for your convoy to be called up, take a look at these scores and what the drivers are doing, right? So if you see a line score here of 26, those tire drops are probably leaving a couple of points on the board, and you might want to adjust your game plan going into these zones based on what you're seeing here, because Prince, with a total of 76, a 26 for line, a 26 for angle, and a style of 24, that line score definitely could have pushed him into the 80s. But again, those tire drops are deadly, so don't leave points on the track. Make sure you're getting those tires on the asphalt throughout the entire course. Anyways, onward to our repeat DNF. Repeat from earlier, it is Bence back in the lime green M3. Nice wide initiation here. Out too wide in the initiation, but pulling it back. Come on, you got this. Pull it back. We got inner clip 2 hit pretty well here. Decent angle through outer zone 1. Outer zone 2 is where we're going to start accelerating again here. Through the keyhole into inner clip 3. Not quite. Inner clip 4. Looks like we're covering inner clip 4 and inner clip 5. A couple of misses there and a little bit of a snafu at the end as well onto the grass. I don't think that's going to be a DNF, but perhaps leaving, again, just not enough grip when they need it. This is, I think, going to be coming down to a tuning issue for Bence rather than a driving issue. Just not able to get the grip where they needed it to pull themselves into the inner clip zones. We'll see what the judges have to say here. No scores just yet. It would be and it is. It is unfortunately a DNF for Bence with the initiation out wide onto the grass, missing that inner clip 1 by just a hair. A couple of other mistakes, dropping tires and lack of angle throughout the entire course. Unfortunately, not able to put up a followable, scoreable run. Bence, great effort, good try. Road Atlanta claims its first victim. Bence is done here and now. We have, again, another DNF driver with everything on the line. Their competition life on the line for round 4. It is SDTG. Nice into inner clip 1, a beautiful entry into inner clip 1, looking good through inner clip 2, outer zone 1 with a little bit of decel, looking solid through outer zone 2, inner clip 3 hit beautifully, 4 hit beautifully, and 5 with a wide angle out to the rumble packs to the end of the judge section. I don't think it could have gotten better for TG there. I think he's going to be really happy with that score. That was a fantastic run. You love to see a driver who might have had a little bit of an issue there at the start come back with a strong second run. Nice snappy transitions there from TG as well, not looking too lackadaisical. Was that Baz driving? Oh, man. All right. Looks like we have a Judge 1 score of 30. Judge 2, Angle 28, and Style is coming out with a 29. So our leading score of the day so far, it is a total of 87 for TG. We do have one more driver to redo their run. I believe it is going to be Theo Draken, again representing Vibe Check Car Club, here to put up, hopefully, a solid run. They may have problems hearing the horn. Okay. Little awkward here. Looks like they may have put it into neutral and are now coasting down Road Atlanta. Okay, here we go. We hit the clutch. We're back in here. We're going for an entry. It is a late entry for Theo Draken, missing inner clip 1. Inner clip 2 hit, outer zone 1 hit, outer zone 2 looking very clean. Inner clip 3 hit with good coverage. Inner clip 4 and the last transition to inner clip 5 with a wide angle out wide. Okay, I will say that initiation was tough, right? Of course, I said this before we got started today, that inner clip 1 is going to be challenging for drivers to make with all of the speed and momentum that they're getting into the initiation. And Theo Draken able to pull together a decent run after an unfortunate initiation. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there, but a solid run nonetheless. Little bit of redemption there for sure. We'll see. I think our judges are taking another look at that initiation into inner clip 1. You know, you're going to be heating up your tires quite a bit. You're going to be going in with lots of speed. I mean, SDTG definitely did it well. It was nice to see all that speed and angle, but still with lots of grip going into inner clip 1 in that classic Corvette. I'm not exactly sure what year that was, but that was as solid of initiation as we have seen so far today, at least. It looks like Theo Draken indeed is going to get a scoreable run. Looks like we have a line score of 26. Again, leaving 2 or 3 points on the board there for that unfortunate inner clip 1 miss. An angle score of 26. Not as much angle through outer zone 1 as we might like here. Obviously, the judges saying, hey, a couple of angle drops, a couple of missed zones, and it's going to severely impact your score. A total of 76, not too bad. We will see later on if that is enough to get Theo Draken into the top 32 for tomorrow's main event. But I believe that is it for right now. We have our first convoy completed. This is, again, Forza Drift Events, Season 4, Round 4 at Road Atlanta. We'll be back with more qualifying runs after these messages.
Forza Creators Guild.
Forza Creators Guild.
Welcome back from commercial break. This is FDE Season 4, Round 4 at Road Atlanta. And so far, we have definitely been seeing the challenges that this track is providing these drivers. Some high-skilled drivers not making it through to get a scoreable run. Unfortunately, Road Atlanta claiming one driver's competition life already. Definitely showing that this track is going to be challenging, in my opinion, in two sections. The initiation is definitely challenging because you're managing a lot of speed and momentum while trying to get grip at the right moment to make that inner clip 1, and of course transitioning into inner clip 2. So your initiation on this track is crucial. And of course, having the speed and momentum to get through all the way of outer zone 1, excuse me. Outer Zone 1 is a long and flat zone, so getting through there is definitely going to be a lot of very challenging if you don't have the momentum to get you through there. Of course, keys to victory, kind of repeating the same thing, making sure that we have smooth and high angle initiation into inner clip 1. Immediately transitioning, and that's really the kicker right there. We've seen a couple of drivers already missing that inner clip 2 because of how much weight is being compressed to the right side of the car, just not able to dig themselves out and transition their body weight into the other direction, and missing that inner clip 2 area. But, you know, the last section, once you get out of Outer Zone 2 and you hit that inner clip 3, the rest of it's kind of gravy. Inner clip 4 and inner clip 5 don't seem to be giving a lot of drivers a challenge today. Really, it's down to that initiation, and it's down to that Outer Zone 1. The first segment of this track is where you're going to be seeing all levels of skill expression from our FDE drivers. Back to Road Atlanta, we do have another convoy ready to go. Let's see who is up first. Looks like we are going to have the 242 Renga. Representing CCX, I believe our gold medalist. It's been a while since round 3, so forgive me, but Renga definitely has a lot to prove coming back from round 3 and putting up a top 3 finish. I believe this may be our gold finalist. I'll get word from our judges so I can go and correct that, but definitely looking to see what Renga can do here and now in round 4. And for all the drivers watching, for anyone who's looking to get involved with FDE as a driver, take notes here at Road Atlanta. Look at that 90-degree angle into inner clip 1, inner clip 2, and outer zone 1 with the back tires on the line. Full coverage of outer zone 1, making the rest of this Road Atlanta track look like cakewalk. This, I think, is going to be the run to beat so far, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. That is a run. We expected Renga to come out hitting strong, but this track is no joke. And again, even with the time in the seat, even with the time in putting into the tune and making sure everything is set up the way you want it to be, a small mistake can spell disaster when you're dealing with that much speed onto the initiation area. Man, that was a great run. Absolutely showing us that that is the line to take, with a line score of 32 out of 33 so far. This could well be our first score of 90 for the day. Absolutely, clown. That is going to be a massive score. Good to see you in chat there, TG. Great to see everyone over on YouTube and on Twitch. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday afternoons or Saturday evenings. Now, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if you could please help remind me, Renga was, I believe, the silver medalist from round 3. Can someone correct me? Renga, I think you're in the chat. How about you tell me? Well done. 90 for sure. I think so too. We're waiting on these judges, Judge 2 and Judge 3, making sure that they saw he got 3rd. Gotcha. So our bronze medalist, 242 Renga, coming back with vengeance. Hopefully, I mean, it seems like Renga's shooting for gold here on Road Atlanta in round 4. Looks like Musical Gamer is calling a 95. Looking at the angle and style scores, I'm just looking for a 90 plus. I'm looking for a 90 plus here for Renga. An angle score of 30 opening up for the potential of, I mean, all he needs is a 28. And he gets a 30. That is a total of 92 for the 242 Renga here at Road Atlanta in round 4. Setting the standard so far for all of these drivers and probably sitting pretty for tomorrow in the main event. I don't see that score not making it. So congrats on making it to tomorrow pretty much there, Renga. Up next, we see on the screen now, we have Cade Vine on the line, ready to set their run for round 4. Fantastic livery on the car. Looking good with this initiation. Perfect speed management. Another solid looking run. A little bit of a tire dip there, but great coverage of outer zone 1, outer zone 2. Great. A little bit of a deceleration. I'm not sure if there's not an official deceleration zone there, but you can definitely see that drivers are managing that speed through outer zone 1 to make sure they make that right-hander in outer zone 2, and the rest of the track just looking like a Sunday stroll here, or perhaps Saturday stroll here for Cade Vine. That little bit of a tire drop might keep Cade Vine out of the 90s. However, a solid run nonetheless. It looks like we're having 2:28, so Judge 1 with a line score of 28, Judge 2 an angle score of 28. Yeah, the amount of speed and angle and the snappy transitions that we're seeing here definitely requires a lot of control. It's very easy to dip a tire off the track in any of these clipping zones or outer zones. But a total of 83, a solid score from Cade Vine with a Judge 3 style score of 27. Well done, Cade Vine. Back over to the track, we now have Jetstream. Jetstream on the line, ready to show what they have for us here on Road Atlanta. It all begins with a good initiation. Lots of angle there, not enough grip, just a little bit too much momentum there, and not enough grip to make that inner clip 1. But the rest of the track looks like it's going Jetstream's way. Every zone hit pretty well, but again, that initiation just looking like it is the final boss. It's funny that it's the first corner, but perhaps the biggest threat to these drivers today. Jetstream with a miss on inner clip 1, but otherwise a solid outer zone 1, solid outer zone 2, and hitting each of the 3, 4, 5 inner clips pretty well. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, again, that initiation, that inner clip 1 is the devil. A line score of 25 for Jetstream. Yeah, you get on the throttle just a little bit too late, and all of a sudden you're going to miss your bus stop. Yeah. So the decision on whether to handbrake through outer zone 2 is probably just up to the person in the build, right? Of course, whether you're on controller or whether you're on a wheel setup. Me personally, I drive on a wheel setup, and hitting the e-brake through outer zone 2, clutch in e-brake would probably be what the strategy I would go with. But, you know, this is a difficult track. In fact, I remember struggling myself when I was just practicing with some of the FDE community members. That initiation zone got me almost every single time. We are, unfortunately, we're still waiting Latex Glove on the score for Jetstream here. We have a line score of 25. We're waiting on the angle and style scores from Judge 2 and Judge 3. Making sure that Jetstream gets all of the points possible. A little bit of you can kind of see a theme here, right? It's the initiation and it's the angle that drivers are able to carry through outer zone 1 and outer zone 2. We do have our final scores here. It is a 25, 26, 26 For Jetstream, a total of 77. Not too bad. It might be just enough to make it to tomorrow, but we will not find out until later when we look at the top 32 bracket. But up next, we do have Joshy Jenkins on the line. Joshy Jenkins in a beautiful livery on the S15. Let's see what Joshy has for us on Road Atlanta. All right, it all starts with the initiation. Early, nice angle into the judge zone, making a great dive into inner clip 1 and inner clip 2. Outer zone 1 looking absolutely beautiful, opting for a little bit of e-brake to get himself through that zone. Looking solid, a little bit of lack of angle through inner clip 4, but nonetheless an incredible run out wide to the rumble packs for the last bit of the judge section, and a little bit of a celebration for a solid run from Joshy Jenkins. That initiation and inner clip 1 hit was textbook. I expect to see a line score of at least 26, 27. We're looking at maybe, okay, we have a 27 there for line. The angle was solid almost all the way through. You know, when you have someone as wild as 242 Ranga setting the standard, the amount of angle that Ranga gets out of that Volvo is absolutely wild. The amount of control that he has over the car in all these different situations, managing speed, managing grip, it really does set the standard. And when you look at these other drivers' lines side to side, you can really see where the judges are pulling these points off. Looks like we have a style score of 27. So we're looking at a 54 so far. We're looking for a 26 for angle to hit that 80 mark. Unfortunately, not hitting the 26, but hitting a 24 for angle. So a total of 78 for Joshy Jenkins. A 78 for, 78 for Joshy Jenkins. Definitely a solid score. Definitely putting himself above a few other drivers here so far today. But up next, we have Kid Seif. We have Kid Seif on the line, ready to go in the Mustang, I believe. Is this another CCX? Nope, this is D-Gen. Okay. All right, let's see what Kid Seif has on the table for us today. Big initiation, a heavy car to get back into inner clip 1, and inner clip 1 miss, inner clip 2 hit. Struggling a little bit for angle through outer zone 1, but nonetheless making the car slide beautifully through outer zone 2. Back on the inside for inner clip 3, inner clip 4, touching those toes onto the zone, and inner clip 5 hit wonderfully. A decent run from Kid Seif. Again, that initiation, we will be repeating this like a broken record all day long. The initiation is where we're going to see those points differences, where the line score is going to really take a hit. I definitely see a lot of drivers losing that those line score points through, again, the initiation, and then really it's the transition. It's outer zone 1 and then the transition into outer zone 2. A lot of the angle is left to the end of outer zone 1 because drivers are carrying so much speed through there that once they start slowing down and gripping up, they get that angle that they, maybe should have had at the start of outer zone 1. Looking for a score here for Kid Seif. Judges making sure they have all the information they need. Looks like we have a line score of 27 and an angle score of 26. We're looking at a score of 53, so we're looking at a 27 score for style in order to hit that 80s mark. And just below it, we have a 26 for style. That is a 79 total for Kid Scythe. Back over to the Road Atlanta starting line. It is now MetaZone Wharf's turn to hit the track. Very deliberate early angle into inner clip 1. A little bit of an awkward exit and a straight. Oh, there it is. So as soon as MetaZone Wharf saw, yeah, this is definitely a DNF run. So as soon as MetaZone Wharf saw his exit out of inner clip 1 into inner clip 2, he knew that that wasn't just going to be, that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough angle on the exit, and the transition into inner clip 2 just looked a little bit too late. So vowing for a DNF score there. I believe we're going to see it on the judges table as well. That is indeed a DNF. So we'll go back to the track and see who is on the line now. We'll see MetaZone Wharf back on the line once the rest of the convoy has gotten their run. Looks like we have a CCX member here. Let's see who is on the line now. Just waiting for the current driver to update. I want to make sure that we have the current driver's name on the board on the screen for everyone. It is T Mastas. T Mastas in a Mustang representing CCX. And it looks like Simply Doors as well. All right, here we go, T Mastas. Your turn at Road Atlanta. Let's see this initiation. Lots of speed. Big E-brake into inner clip 1. Can the transition be made into inner clip 2? A little bit of an awkward transition into inner clip 2. Kind of what we've been talking about all day long, that inner clip 1 angle and speed is so important, not just for inner clip 1, but for the transition into inner clip 2. And it looks like this is going to be a DNF'd run, kind of ending their run there before the end of the judge section. That's going to be another DNF. These drivers definitely taking in, strategy into consideration here and making sure they're not putting up a score that is less than what they think they can get. So T Mastas with a DNF, just like MetaZone Wharf, coming back to the line once the rest of the drivers have had their chance. Beep beep at you. Yes, yes, beep beep. Yes, beep beep. Okay. We're back on the line with, it looks like Twin A. Twin A on the line. Ready to tackle this initiation and inner clip 1 part of Road Atlanta. Round 4 definitely proving to be challenging. The course isn't particularly long, but that initiation into inner clip 1 is definitely challenging, and Twin A is doing a fantastic job here with a great coverage of outer zone 1. Outer zone 2 looking very solid. Good snappy transitions and lots of angle. Too much angle. Sucks to say it. You never think that there's too much angle, but an oversteer situation brings Twin A to, I believe, another DNF'd run. 3 DNFs in a row. These drivers really trying to push their builds and push their skill to the limit. Another DNF. We're going to see each of those 3 drivers, MetaZone Wharf, Twin A, and T Mastas on the line. I believe we still have one more driver to get through before we're going to see those DNF redos. Nope, Levi is not going to be running. It looks like we are actually with MetaZone Wharf on the line. It is indeed MetaZone Wharf. All right. Is this MetaZone Wharf? I thought MetaZone Wharf was in the Supra. Am I crazy? Let me get word from my judges really quickly. Judges, that's Metazone Wharf. This is Metazone Wharf. Okay, Metazone Wharf is actually in an M3. Okay, well, here we go. Metazone Wharf. Hitting the track in a blue M3. I'm not sure what mystery driver was in the green Supra, but we're going to take a look at Metazone Wharf with some incredible angle through inner clip 1 and inner clip 2. Let's see how he tackles outer zone 1. A little bit of an early exit of outer zone 1, but nonetheless bringing the car into a great position for outer zone 2, and the rest of these clipping zones met with a lot of angle and control, looking solid through the track. Obviously practiced and well versed for Road Atlanta. Metazone Wharf probably going to be putting up a solid score here. Let's see if we can see some livery cues on here. What's going on with this car? Is this Levi? Metazone Wharf with a line score of 28. And a style score of 27. Levi was in the Supra. I see. Thank you very much for your help. Angle score of 27 as well. So pushing themselves into the 80s. A safe place to be for the main event tomorrow. Of course, all of these drivers fighting for their right into the top 32 bracket for tomorrow's head-to-head main event. Metazone Wharf in a comfortable position here going into tomorrow with that score of 82. Well done. All right, we do have Levi. Apologies for the bit of a mix-up there, but we do indeed have Levi in the green Supra on the line, ready to set up their second run for the day and their last run of the day. It is here and now for a high score or bust for Levi. Lots of angle, lots of control, lots of grip through that inner clip 1, looking solid through inner clip 2. A little bit of an early, no. That was a solid outer zone 1. Outer zone 2 looking solid as well. Levi putting up a fantastic run when it's all on the line. The only thing I was going to say is the outer zone 1 area. Yeah, do your 360, man. Do your 360. Great run, dude. Great run. That outer zone 1, just when I'm thinking back to the line that 242 Ranga, our leading score driver of the day with a 92, the line that he put through outer zone 1 was so deep. His rear tires were not touching the grass, but were still so deep into that zone. I have to imagine that a point or two is going to be taken off of the line score simply for the depth of coverage of these zones. Again, an early 92 really sets the stage for the rest of these drivers on exactly where they need to be to maximize their score. And the judges are absolutely taking note of that. Thank you again, Ashton, for the info on that Supra situation. Looking at a style score of 29 for Levi and a angle score of 28, healthily into the 80s with a score of 85 for Levi. A fantastic score, a fantastic performance when it's all on the line, which is why I've been saying, you know, it's interesting to see how people might not, either it's a strategic DNF or it's a DNF because they have a little bit of nerves. But either way, if you ask me, the nerves really come in to play when we're on that second run after a DNF. Team Mast is here in that situation right now as we go down the long straightaway into the initiation zone. It is now or never for Team Mastas in this heavy Corvette Mustang going through inner clip 1 and inner clip 2 healthily. Outer zone 2 met with great, 1 met with great coverage. Outer zone 2 and inner clip 3 beautifully done, almost swimming smoothly through all of these zones. Beautiful looking style, beautiful looking angle, so smooth. I love seeing either a stick roller or a wheel driver right there. You see those front tires just staying planted and really just increasing the whole look. A line score of 30 from Judge 1 for Team Mastas. Definitely going to like seeing that score when it, of course, is once again on the line with this 2 of 2 DNF to originally run. I don't know how many other ways I can put that. But of course, waiting for the angle and style scores as well. An angle score of 30 and a style score of 29. A total of 89. Just missing that score of 90. But so good. So well done nonetheless. Team Mastas with an 89. Solid run. Let's go ahead and see what Twin A has to do. I believe this again was another DNF'd driver. In the same situation as Levi and Team Mastas, can Twin A put up a score of 80 plus? Or is this the end of their competition life in round 4? A wide initiation through inner clip 1. Inner clip 2 hit with a little bit of shaky angle. Outer zone 1 hit beautifully, but with a little bit too much sauce. Going over outer zone 2 onto the grass just a little bit, but not giving up and doing their absolute best to get through the rest of the track. I would say other than that tire dip in outer zone 2, a solid run. Little bit too much sauce on that transition between outer zone 1 and outer zone 2, but not bad nonetheless. Oh boy. We have a line score coming in from Judge 1. I believe that was our last run for this convoy as well. So Twin A's score will send us to a commercial break with a line score of 25. Yeah, those tire dips, man, are deadly. That is one of the first times we've seen someone overshoot the outer zone 2 area. Usually drivers are doing pretty decently at braking, left foot braking, or e-braking to manage their speed into outer zone 2 to prevent that overshoot. There are no walls here, so unlike Englishtown, you're just going to go straight into the dirt and the grass. However, Twin A with a score of 25 for line, 27 for angle and style, 25 for a total of 77. Perhaps not hitting that 80 mark like they wanted to, but Twin A putting up a decent score nonetheless. We'll see where that lands him later on when we check out the top 32 bracket, but for right now, we send you guys over to another commercial break. When we return, some more qualifying action here at round 4 at Road Atlanta. See you guys in just a second.
Forza Creators Guild.
Forza Creators Guild.
Welcome back to Forza Drift Events Season 4, Round 4, here at Road Atlanta. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from commercial break. Once again, I am Shunzi, your host today. Thank you for joining us over on youtube.com/Forza Drift Events and twitch.tv/Shunzi. Of course, for all of your FDE information, including today's live bracket updates, head over to ForzaDriftEvents.com. ForzaDriftEvents.com. Today, proving to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. I figured that a lot of these drivers would have taken extra time to figure out that initiation zone. But even with all of the time that our drivers dedicate to putting time on track and into their tunes, this initiation zone has been proven to be the challenge of the day. How much coverage can you get of inner clip 1, and how well are you setting yourself up for inner clip 2 and outer zone 1? We'll go ahead and take a quick look over at the track showcase one more time before we head into another round of gameplay here. Of course, the judged section starts right here before the decel zone. Already you're going to want some angle going into that decel zone and carrying that angle through inner clip 1 with an immediately starting to transition to the other side of the car for inner clip 2 and outer zone 1, proving to be very difficult. You can see here very solid coverage of outer zone 1. That is not easy to do. And of course, managing your speed for that long haul right-hander, starting that right-hander after inner clip 2 all the way through outer zone 1, all the way through outer zone 2, and back to the inside of the corner for inner clip 3. That right-hander is the majority of the track. And, you know, if you don't get the right angle and the right speed coming out of inner clip 1, it's definitely going to be a challenge. So we're seeing how our owner and organizer FDE Shred It does it on the track there in that 240 SX SE. And now on to the keys to victory. Our judges putting these together for all of you here today. Looking at that initiation, repeatedly looking at that initiation, how much angle and how early is their angle. You see some drivers starting their initiation a little bit too late. They might already be halfway through the decel zone before they start to get that angle, and that's really not what you want. You're going to want to start that angle a lot sooner before the start of the judge zones. You're going to be looking for those 3, 2, 1 cones on the right hand side, making sure you have angle before you start that decel zone, and of course making enough grip and having the right line to get through the inner clip 1 and inner clip 2 transitions into that outer zone 1 that has been so challenging for drivers to get the line right through. We did see 242 Ranga hitting outer zone 1 beautifully with full coverage from start to finish. Those rear tires practically on the last few inches of asphalt, which was incredible to watch. Of course, a wide line out of OZ1 sets you up for a solid OZ2 and inner clip 3, and ending off the track with inner clip 4 and 5. Not the most difficult part of the track, but nonetheless, if your previous zone or your previous clip is not done right, you know, you don't really have infinite adjustment, right? So setting yourself up for a solid run early on and keeping that line is definitely part of the challenge. It's the name of the game, right? So lots to think about for our drivers as they work through this track. We do have a new convoy filled with some incredible talent here for you now. So get back to your screens if you're not already and take a look who we have. We're starting off with a solid convoy. It is GT2 Picasso up first. All right. Here we go. Picasso on the line, ready to get it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1 cones hit with that initiation early on. Maintaining a lot of speed through here. A little bit of a tire drop through there. Decent coverage of outer zone 1 and outer zone 2. Actually, great coverage of outer zone 1. I was expecting a little bit of an early exit there, but it looked like that was a little bit of a late e-brake, and that's an oversteer. That perhaps looked a little bit intentional. I think Picasso is thinking to himself, hey, that was good, but I can do better. So I think that's a strategic DNF from Picasso. And we'll see the judges table most likely repeat that information. That is indeed a DNF from Picasso. Let's get back to the line here in just a second and see who we have up next. A good initiation there. It looked like it was a solid run at the beginning, but again, these drivers really have a high standard for themselves, so if they see something's off, they're gonna go for a redo. Oh, one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. A wheel driver, I believe, on the Logitech G923 or G920. It is WK Gutter, a seasoned FDE veteran, coming up to the line, just like Solo Lessie and Ranga and all these other gentlemen. A lot of these competitors have been competing with FDE for quite a while now. But I just love this Supra. I love Gutter's style. Hoping to see some great stuff here from Gutter as he shows us what he has on Road Atlanta. This is my third round, bruv. I don't believe you. Big e-brake into inner clip 1, making a great transition to inner clip 2. A little bit of a late angle adjustment there with that e-brake for outer zone 2. A little bit of a missed inner clip 3 there. A little bit of a missed inner clip 4. I believe there's going to be a strategic DNF somewhere through here, but perhaps not. Is that the run that WK Gutter is going to put up? Perhaps not noticing that he might have missed a couple of zones there. That's going to be difficult for our judges to judge, I think. However, regardless of the really light touching of the zones, a fantastic style through there. Always great to see, again, a stick roller or a wheel driver with those smooth inputs. A good run, but not the best line possible. Great angle from Gutter here. That's crazy, Ranga. That's crazy. And a style score of 25, so WK Gutter really leaning in on the amount of angle he was able to maintain through the whole course. It looked like a solid run from WK Gutter. 81 total. Up next, we have Pulse. All right, YSS, Why So Serious Pulse on the line, ready to go. Lots of speed. Big initiation here to that left hand inner clip 1. Inner clip 2 met with a little bit of lack of angle. Not too bad though. Lots of very volatile style here. Lots of really strong throttle inputs and strong braking inputs as well. Looking a little shaky through there, but still a solid run. You can definitely see the difference when they're put back to back like that. When you have a controller driver who's using the flicking method, the flicking strategy of using their left thumbstick rather than the rolling method. When you see these runs back to back and you see one of them looks a little bit unstable, it's not unstable. They're maintaining control. It's just that little bit of wiggle, that classic controller wiggle. A line score of 26. Man, this convoy is stacked. Saving the best for last potentially here in round 4. We do have a 26 for style as well from Pulse. Winning on this angle score. Let's see here. We have a 52, I believe. So we're looking for a 28 from angle in order to get that score of 80. Can angle score be 28 for Pulse to sit him happily in the 80s? Unfortunately, no. It is a 26 for angle score, a total of 78 for Pulse. still solid, but those high 70 scores are starting to stack up. I believe that might be our second, third, or perhaps fourth score of 77 or 78. So a lot of drivers finding themselves at the top of those 70s. Every single point matters at this stage. So, but up next we do have another one of my personal favorites to watch. It is Jordan Foe. I've enjoyed watching a lot. I mean, all of the FDE competitors, every driver I enjoy watching, but some of these elite drivers I've been enjoying watching since Okayama round 1 this season of season 4. We have Jordan Foe still putting up an incredible run here. A little bit of a tire dip there through outer zone 1, but the initiation was beautiful. The rest of the run is looking like it's going the way of Jordan Foe. I say Foe, I don't know. Jordan with an incredible looking run, lots of angle, lots of style, and a fantastic initiation. So, new order as we are waiting for the score for Jordan Foe. It looks like we're starting off with a line score of 29. New order and Twitch is asking a question. So are drivers required to do these events from a certain point of view? They are not. So if you're a driver that likes driving in first-person view, we do have a lot of drivers in the cockpit view of these cars. We also have drivers who are driving from third-person chase cams, so it really is up to the individual. That is not something that the FDE staff have regulated. So whatever point of view you enjoy, you are righteous in using. Yeah. A high score of 80 from Jordan Foe, a 29-29-29 for Jordan Foe here at Road Atlanta. 87 is a fantastic score, again, sitting pretty at the top of the 80s, most likely going to be finding their way easily into tomorrow's main event. Those high 70s, low 80s are really where you're going to try to find that cutoff range, right? There's always going to be a point in which 1 point would have done you in, but that's the name of the game. That's competition. We obviously have FPS Noob up next on the line in a Ferrari, the first Ferrari we've seen all day long. So let's go ahead and see what FPS Noob can do here in a Ferrari on Road Atlanta. Whoa, that's a big flick. Big flick, barely touching those toes on inner clip 1, and it looks like already FPS Noob just saying, hey, that's not what I wanted to do. That's just strategic DNF. I mean, a toe tap onto the inner clip 1 might have been fine. Perhaps a little bit too early, pulling the trigger a little bit too early on that redo. But hey, I'm not in the driver's seat. I'm just sitting over here in the commentator's booths, aka my extra bedroom. Okay, Reaper King coming up next. Man, I would love to be able to compete in one of these rounds, round 5 or round 6. That being said, go to ForzaDriftEvents.com and see how you can get involved with the production of FDE. Anyways, Reaper King up now on the line, ready to set their score. Big initiation into inner clip 1, looking good. Starting to make that transition to the right-hand side, perhaps a little bit late and a little bit early of an exit from outer zone 1, but full coverage of outer zone 2. Inner clip 3 taking a little bit too much speed out of Reaper's tires, but finishing the track nonetheless. Hey, there's a lot of kudos from me for being able to maintain your drift, even if you might be missing a zone or exiting a little bit early there. Fantastic run from Reaper King. Love seeing the corrections mid-drift. Love seeing drivers put it all on the line. there really isn't necessarily some point in experience where it's like, okay, now you've played 40 hours or 400 hours and all of a sudden you're going to be qualified for FDE. FDE has drivers of all skill levels, and everyone is welcome to join FDE, get your car registered, read through the rule book and the car restrictions, and make sure your car is built to spec, and you're welcome to join for the next round and put up your qualifying score. The tracks are known, the schedule is set, so you are welcome to go over to ForzaDriftEvents.com and find out what the next track is going to be, get involved, and get ready to compete. Even if you're at a low skill level or you don't have much experience, it's all good. This is one of the best places to practice and one of the best communities to practice your drifting skills. Of course, on your screen now, we had Reaper King with a total score of 80. That really is going to be close to the cutoff there. I think the cutoff might be closer to 79, 78. So hopefully Reaper King, we'll see him back again tomorrow. We'll, of course, have the updated top 32 bracket for you in just a little bit. But up next, we have MFA. Why so serious? YSS MFA. Big left-hander there. Beautiful transition into inner clip 2. See, there's a continuing theme here for Outer Zone 1 where a lot of the angle is being kept for the last part of the zone. A beautiful run, just so smooth from M-Face, so smooth, so cool and collected through each area. Well done from M-Face. But one thing I've been noticing is that a lot of drivers are going into Outer Zone 1 with not much angle, and they're sort of sliding through it. And then once they get to the end of the Outer Zone 1 and they're getting ready to slow down for that Outer Zone 2 transition, it's not really a transition, it's just a continuation of your drift. You see drivers getting more angle at the end. It'd be nice to see kind of how Renga did it with, you know, a little bit more angle throughout the entire thing, but I'm just picking at straws here in the commentator's booth. It is a line score of 30, an angle score of 29, and a style score of 30 for M-Fei. M-Fei just so smooth and cool with it. A total score of 89. Incredibly well done from M-Fei. Okay, I believe this is one of our DNF'd drivers coming back for their second and final run here at Road Atlanta. It is all on the line for GT2 Picasso. I believe Picasso went through a couple of different zones before going for a strategic DNF. Those front tires did hit that inner clip 1, inner clip 2 with a little bit of a tire drop. Looking solid through outer zone 2 and inner clip 3. I assume inner clip 4 and 5 will be looking good as well, and they do. GT2 Picasso putting up a completed run for their score here at Road Atlanta. Perhaps a little bit of trouble through that inner clip 2, but a lot of drivers have been seeing the same point of contention, so we'll see how the judges rule on that. But yeah, so for anyone who's interested in joining, there have been in previous seasons the separation of grassroots to pro-am to professional driving. There's been different events for different skill ranges, but this season, in season 4 of FDE, all of those skill ranges are put together into an open drift series. And of course, you can find out the regulation for horsepower and all of that. But a score of 80, GT2 Picasso with a 27, 27, 26, a total of 80. A great score when it's all on the line. But you can find all the information about the horsepower and other build restrictions over at ForzaDriftEvents.com. Join the Discord and chat with other drivers, other tuners, and FDE staff about your build to make sure you're ready for the next round. And it is another DNF'd drivers, I believe our last driver for this convoy, the last run of this convoy. It is FPS Noob. It was an early strategic DNF from FPS Noob on their first run. It was immediately after that inner clip 1 hit. They hit it with a lot more coverage this time. I think we're going to be seeing FPS Noob complete this entire track now. We see a lot of e-braking there through outer zone 1, but with good coverage through outer zone 2. Definitely hit the e-brake at a good spot in outer zone 1 to try to get as much angle as they could throughout the entire zone, rather than waiting for that last bit of it to hit that e-brake or hit the brake and get your tires to grip up again. It was definitely a solid looking run from FPS Noob. Amazing to me that drivers could be so confident and dialed in that one single corner, one single clipping zone or outer zone can be the choice for them to DNF or to keep going. FPS Noob vowing to redo that inner clip 1 hit, and redid it beautifully with a total score of 85, a 29 for line, 28 for angle, and a 28 for style. A total of 85 for FPS Noob here at Road Atlanta. Fantastic run. I believe that is it. Let me go ahead and make sure I don't accidentally go to commercial break here. I believe that's the end of our convoy here. I think we have one more convoy to go for today's qualifying runs. That is indeed our last driver for this convoy. We're going to go ahead and get another group of drivers into the lobby. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with FDE Season 4, Round 4 at Road Atlanta when we come back.
Forza Creators Guild.
Forza Creators Guild.
Welcome back once again to Road Atlanta here and round 4 of season 4 for Forza Drift events. Let's go ahead and take a quick look as we fly through Road Atlanta here. It has been a great day of qualifying runs. We have gotten a couple, actually I believe today we've only gotten one score of 90 and quite a few high 80s, a few 89s, a few 87s. Definitely a difficult track here on an kind of an unfortunate turnout. Last week we did have the holiday break and a bit of a reschedule for this weekend. However, for all of the drivers that are competing today and have put up your run, no matter what your score has been, thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for putting in the time and effort to build your cars and come and compete and put on a show for everyone here in the Forza community, for yourselves and for all of your fellow competitors, and of course for all of the FDE staff and members. Thank you guys for showing up and putting on a great show today. I've had a ton of fun. Of course, the action is not over. We still have quite a few heaters left to see put up their qualifying runs. And of course, don't leave for the weekend, because tomorrow we're going to be back same time, same place for the main event. The main event, I personally think, is going to be pretty wild. We've seen a lot of wild initiations today. Some people practically doing a backy into the inner clip 1 area, and a lot of different strategy being utilized through outer zone 1 as well. So I think tomorrow's head-to-head is going to be filled with a lot of action. It'll be really exciting to watch. And once again, thank you guys just so much for coming out, competing, and having fun. It's been a blast. So, without further ado, let's get it back to Road Atlanta. Let's turn on our audio here and get Dead to You G59 on the line. First up for their qualifying run for the last convoy of the day. I believe our last convoy of the day is going to have Dead to You, Hodio, Daddy Dilds, and Funky Monkey. 370Z Nismo, looking clean, looking ready. Dead to You G59 on the line. Here we go. Sounds good, looks good. Are the slides going to be just as good? A huge, practically backy into inner clip 1. A little bit of a late transition means inner clip 2 wasn't hit with as much angle. The initiation looked so good, but some unfortunate, perhaps throttle mismanagement, sending Dead to You into a bit of a lack of angle through outer zone 1 and outer zone 2, but a great run, enjoying themselves here at this Saturday qualifying run. Fantastic to see drivers excited. So yeah, the initiation looked amazing. The inner clip 1 hit was perfect, but that transition, when you have that much momentum and compression on the right side of the car, it's difficult for that rebound to pull the car out of that compression and send it to the other side. So that transition from the left hand to the right hand through inner clip 1 and inner clip 2 just proving to be a little difficult there. Otherwise, a fantastic score. Bet you that could have been easily into the 80s with a little bit of a tightening up on those areas we discussed. But a total score of 79, 26, 26, 27 for Dead to You. A solid score, hitting that 79 mark, definitely doing their best to keep themselves in the contention for tomorrow's main event. But up next we have Hodio. Hodio in a clean Lexus on the line, ready to go. Hey, what's up, Zach? Good to see everyone on Twitch and YouTube as we go into Hodio's qualifying run here. Lots of speed into inner clip 1, met with great angle. Again, that inner clip 2 is the outer zone 1 is looking great. Outer zone 2 looking good. But that inner clip 2 transition is just a little bit awkward for a lot of these drivers. But the rest of the course is looking like it's going Hodio's way. A great run. Even a little bit of grass on those tires on that last bit before the end of the judge section. I've been a bit of a Grinch. I've been a bit of a Grinch today looking at these qualifying runs. Really easy for me to sit up here and point out little things here and there when I don't have to be behind the wheel myself. But again, just pointing out that, you know, that transition between inner clip 1 and inner clip 2 has been proving difficult for a lot of these drivers today. Regardless of skill level, it really just comes down to how consistent are you with your speed and your angle into inner clip 1, because just a little bit of a difference of speed and angle can make a huge difference in the line that you're able to take through the rest of the course. However, Hodio happily at a total score of 80, a 27, 26, 27 for Hodio, looking great. Definitely happy with getting into those 80s. Great run, Hodio. All right, Dead to You, done. Hodio, done. And it is now Daddy Dilds, another personal favorite. Love seeing Daddy Dilds drive. Another very smooth driver, very experienced, and typically with an incredible tune. So let's see how Daddy Dilds does here. Round 4, Road Atlanta. Calm, cool, and collected off the line. Gaining lots of speed. A big early left-hander with a 90-degree angle into the initiation. Looking solid. No tire dips so far. Great coverage. Perhaps a little bit of an early exit through OZ1 and a little bit of grass on those tires through OZ2. But nonetheless, looking absolutely planted in these drifts. Lots of angle, lots of style, and just so smooth. Fantastic looks from Daddy Dilds. What a pleasure. So pleasing to the eye, man. I'm telling you. For those of you on a controller who are trying to learn the rolling stick method, please just keep practicing, because when you get that smoothness, man, I promise you, your style scores are gonna go up. I always try to encourage people, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen, our second score of 90 for the day. It is a 30, 30, 30 for Daddy Dilds here at Road Atlanta. Absolutely incredible. I feel like Daddy Dilds purposely waits until the last convoy to put up his runs because he loves bringing the action at the end of our qualifying day. Great to see that run. But again, I try to encourage people to just buy a wheel. I know it might be difficult transition, but grab a Logitech wheel. A Logitech G923 is like $250 USD. It's a great way to just enjoy this game on a whole other level. But side note aside, we have Funky Monkey on the line ready to put up their qualifying run here at Road Atlanta. I believe this is indeed our last run of the day, so Casual Crew, Funky Monkey, showing us the end of the day here with their qualifying run in this beautiful Viper. Lots of angle and speed and control with a great transition back to the right-hand side. Great coverage of Outer Zone 1 and Outer Zone 2, bringing it back to the inside lip for Inner Clip 3. And looking for the end of the track here with Inner Clip 4 and 5. Another banger on the record. Funky Monkey with a beautiful initiation. I love seeing the initiations on this map. It is challenging, but the speed and the amount of angle you can get on this map, it really just is so action-packed with these initiations and the runs through IC1. Such a great run to see. Funky Monkey and all of our drivers today, hands off. Hats off, not hands off. Hats off to all you guys. A line score of 29. Daddy Dilt's throwing down. Absolutely. So did you, Dead to You. Great score, man. Ranga, you don't need a wheel. Just use a Volvo. He's a liar. You definitely need a wheel. It's so much fun. Anyways, a 29 for line, a 28 for angle, and the style score. We're looking for... Okay, we have it here, a 28, and a total score of 85. A very happy score for Funky Monkey there. And it looks like that is going to be it for the day. I'm going to go ahead and back away from the action. Our drivers are already putting in practice for tomorrow's main event here at Road Atlanta. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be back here same time, same place for tomorrow's main event. We're going to be seeing head-to-head battles from all of the competitors that qualify for the top 32 for tomorrow. Unfortunately, right now, due to some unforeseen complications, we do not have the top 32 bracket for you guys. I believe here, let me just go ahead and take a quick peek with you guys just to make sure. Yeah, it is completely empty, so we do have to work out some things behind the scenes before we have that updated for you guys, but we will have it updated for you. So go over to ForzaDriftEvents.com, join up on the Discord, and join the conversation, because all of the information about today's event, previous events, and future events will be there. I believe that is it for the day. I'm going to go ahead and wait for a word from our judges here today and our organizer that it is free to end the stream. It is. Thank you guys so much for joining. Once again, thank you to everyone in the community, everyone on YouTube, everyone on Twitch, whether you've been here for 10 minutes or 2 hours. We appreciate you stopping by. We appreciate you being a part of the community. And for all of our drivers, I hope you guys can hear me. Thank you. You guys are the reason why the community exists. Your participation, your dedication to the craft, to the motorsport, is a shining point in this Forza community, in this online gaming community. You guys are the absolute shit. We love you. Thank you for competing. For everyone who's going to be back tomorrow, we look forward to seeing you. From everyone here on the judges panel, Shreddit, Jamdoll, Baz, Regen, myself, Shunzi, we thank you for stopping by. We'll see you again tomorrow. Go over to ForzaDriftEvents.com. We'll see you guys again tomorrow, Sunday, April 7th, for the main event. Today was just qualifying runs, guys. Today was just qualifying runs. I see Ravenwer C. We will be back again tomorrow. It is over just for today. Today was the qualifying runs for FDE Season 4, Round 4 here at Road Atlanta. But tomorrow, come back, same time, same place. Find out the information over at ForzaDriftEvents.com. Join the Discord, get involved. Thank you guys once again. You enjoy your evening, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.